Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Simply Ezuri. My name is Ezuri and I'm so excited to see you here. Today's video, we are talking about goals. Today, I will be sharing with you simple tips, tricks, a philosophy of mine that I use to set my own personal goals. If you're interested in learning more about that, stay tuned. Generally, when the new year rolls around, everybody is excited to basically hit that refresh button and start over. The new year gives us an opportunity to take a step back, reassess what it is that we missed from the previous year and what it is that we can achieve for the new year. I love this opportunity because it creates an environment of excitement and hope and a drive to achieve your goals. Hopefully, we can all maintain that momentum continually throughout the year. So in this video, I did not want to title it along the lines of New Year's resolutions because I think it's important to goal set throughout the year. Hence the title, Goal Setting 101. Setting goals can actually be very difficult if you don't take the time to assess what it is you wish to achieve. Today, I wanted to share with you my philosophy on how I set goals. So when I'm setting my own personal goals, I like to take a step back and think about high level, general themes to identifying what goals it is that I want to achieve. So I like to ask myself some basic questions, and they center around who, what, when, where, and why. Definitely can't forget the how as well when setting goals. So let's start off with the who. You're probably like, what type of question is who when I'm trying to identify the goals for myself? That's a really good question. So the way I think about answering who when it comes to goal setting is I like to take a step back and think, who am I? Who was I? So say, for example, last year, who was I? What type of person was I? Where was my headspace? And who do I want to become moving forward? So when thinking about goal setting, I could think, so last year, maybe I was more timid. Maybe I was less outspoken. Moving forward, one of my goals I will be considering is how to put myself out there a bit more. Because when thinking about who, my own personal character, I would like to be somebody that's a little bit more outgoing. So it will be part of how I define myself. Who am I? I am, as opposed to last year being a bit timid and shy, I am someone who is a bit more outgoing and social. So that's the way I like to think of who when I'm trying to identify my goals. And I think it's important knowing who you are previously, currently, and who you hope to be in the future, because it will have an impact on what's important for you to achieve moving forward. Next up, when it comes to goal setting, I like to think of what. Generally, this type of question is somewhat easy for us to address. So when it comes to thinking of what it is I like to achieve, I try and group my wishes and desires into categories. So say, for example, mentally, physically, spiritually, and socially. What do I want to achieve within these categories over the next year or over the next month or even over the next quarter, whatever that may be? I think it's important when you're identifying what it is you want to achieve that it speaks to who you are and your character, as well as it's something that you actually know you'll be able to do. Be honest with yourself when you're trying to figure out what your goals are. Don't select goals that don't reflect your character and what it is that you need. So basically what I'm trying to say is don't select goals because you see other people doing it. Identify your what based on your own personal drive and desires. Next up, I like to think about when goal setting. So when I'm setting my goals, I like to split them up into short-term and long-term categories or timelines, sorry. So short term, I often try and think about it in terms of months. So it could be, say, from 3 to 6 months or 6 months to 1 year. And when I'm thinking about my long-term goals, I'm thinking about, say, between 2 to 5 years, or it could be from 5 to 10 years. Identifying the timeline for when you wish to achieve your goals is important, because then you could assess the amount of work that you're going to put in and the duration of work that you're going to put in order to reach your goal. It is very important to have a timeline, in my opinion, because everything, in my opinion, has a start and end. You don't want it to drag on forever, because then the desire and the will fade away and you may become discouraged. So it's great to have something that keeps on pushing you when you could see an end in sight. Next, what I like to consider when goal setting is the why. Why have I chosen particular goals to achieve for myself, and also the purpose behind it. So when I'm thinking of goal setting, I could give you a concrete example. One of my goals for this year, 2018, is to be more consistent with my health and fitness. Last year, I was not. I was literally up and down. Whenever, the mood struck, I would be really good and consistent with eating healthy and going to the gym. And then there'd be other periods where I was just sitting back, chilling. This year, I want to be more consistent with it because, here's my why, it makes me feel better. In all honesty, I feel better when I consistently eat healthy and when I consistently go to the gym. So that is my why for creating the goal of leading a more healthy and consistent lifestyle, which includes nutrition and regularly going to the gym. So be sure to identify your why when you are creating your goals, because this is the drive, this is the passion that will keep you going when you have times of, setbacks, or considering that you don't even want to move forward to achieving your goal. Next up is one of the most important things to think about when trying to create your goals, and that is the how. How are you going to reach what it is that you desire? Personally, this is one of the most important things to think about when goal setting, because it's one thing to write it down, it's another thing to put the action behind it. So if I use the example again of being more consistent to going to the gym, I could tell you how I plan to achieve that. So that means writing weekly grocery lists that include nutritious foods that will help nourish my body. That means making sure that I plan to go to the gym. So I am going to be using my agenda to literally schedule in the gym every single week. That gives me no excuses for going out to purchase fast food, for example, or saying, you know what, the gym, that's all right, I could go tomorrow, when tomorrow I already have something scheduled. So don't forget to think about the how when you are goal setting. So those were my tidbits to goal setting 101. If you guys have any advice to how you set your own goals, please let me know and share with everybody in the comment section. I hope this video was helpful for you guys and gave you a little bit of idea on creating creating goals for yourself in this new year and just in general in life. If you liked this video, don't forget to leave me a like and definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. Take care and see you soon.